Calibration of wealth frequency. The real reason why some people manifest money is why pay close attention, because what I am about to reveal explains why some people manifest money in days, while you have tried for years with few results. You have been told that the manifestation is to visualize, affirm and believe with great force. But that's not why it doesn't work. Here's the real reason. The manifestation is not magic, it is calibration. At this time, you are emitting a specific frequency in the quantum field, and that frequency is either perfectly calibrated to receive money or it is out of calibration and blocking it. People who manifest money instantly are not luckier, more spiritual or more deserving than you. They are simply calibrated correctly. Their frequency is precisely tuned to the exact vibration of wealth, so money flows to them immediately, almost effortlessly. You are out of sync, so no matter how hard you try, money can't get to you because of the interference. Until you understand the frequency calibration and how to fine-tune it, you will keep spinning in circles. Imagine your consciousness as a radio. All the wealth of the universe is broadcasting on a specific frequency at this time. Let's call it 108.5 FM. If your in-house radio is tuned to 108.5 FM, you will receive money with ease, clarity, and consistency. But if you are tuned to 95.3 FM, 102.7 FM, or any other frequency that is not exactly 108.5 FM, you can pick up static, fragments, or nothing. You are in the correct frequency range but not tuned precisely, so reception is weak, intermittent, or completely blocked. That's why you can use all the techniques of manifestation, work incredibly hard and still have difficulties. You are tuned to the wrong frequency. Close. But close is not enough. Calibration requires precision. People who instantly manifest money have achieved perfect calibration. They have tuned their internal frequency to match the exact vibration of wealth with such precision that there is no static, interference or delay between intention and manifestation. When they decide that they want something, it appears quickly because their frequency and the frequency of wealth are perfectly aligned. They are not using any more techniques or trying harder, they are simply calibrated correctly, and calibration eliminates resistance. Most people are so out of tune that they don't even know what the correct frequency feels like. They operate driven by fear, doubt, the feeling of inadequacy and despair, frequencies so distant from the frequency of wealth that money has no chance to reach them. Here is the mistake of most teachings about manifestation. They focus on action, visualize this, affirm that, carry out this action, but ignore calibration. It doesn't matter what you do if your frequency is out of tune. It's like trying to tune an FM radio into an AM receiver. No effort will work because you are fundamentally tuned to the wrong frequency. Calibration consists of adjusting its internal frequency to precisely match the frequency of prosperity. Once calibrated, the manifestation becomes almost effortless. Before calibration, manifestation is practically impossible, regardless of the effort applied. The frequency of wealth has specific characteristics. It is high, fast, light, expansive, cheerful, peaceful, safe and reliable. When you are attuned to the frequency of wealth, you feel these qualities consistently. You are not anxious. You are at peace. You are not desperate. You are safe. You are not withdrawn. You are expanded. These are not just pleasant feelings, they are frequency indicators that show you are tuned correctly. Most people spend their days in low frequencies, slow, dense, withdrawn, fearful and doubtful, and then wonder why the wealth does not arrive. They are out of sync, emitting at a completely wrong frequency, and no amount of visualization will overcome this fundamental incompatibility. Calibration requires two things: awareness of your current frequency and the tools to adjust it precisely. Most people have no idea what frequency they are actually emitting. They think they are positive and abundant, but their underlying frequency is fear and scarcity. They cannot calibrate because they cannot accurately assess where they are currently. And even if they could evaluate, they do not know how to adjust their frequency with the necessary precision for the manifestation. They try assertions and visualization, which is like trying to tune into a radio thinking about it, completely ineffective. True calibration requires specific techniques that alter your frequency at the energy level, not just at the mental level. The good news is that calibration is a skill that can be learned and mastered. You are not stuck to your current, uncalibrated frequency. You can learn to feel your frequency accurately, understand how it feels the prosperity frequency, and develop the ability to adjust your frequency so that it corresponds precisely. Once you master the calibration, the manifestation turns from a struggle into a flow. Money comes quickly and easily because you are finally tuned to the right frequency. This is what I'm going to teach you. The exact frequency calibration process of prosperity that allows some people to manifest money instantly, while others struggle forever. Let me show you how you can become one of those people who manifest instantly through accurate frequency calibration. Understanding frequency and calibration. Let's understand exactly what frequency is and how calibration works, because you can't adjust what you don't understand. In quantum physics, everything is energy vibrating at specific frequencies. Your thoughts vibrate at frequencies. Your emotions vibrate at frequencies. Physical matter vibrates at frequencies. Money vibrates at a specific frequency. And your consciousness, the combination of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and state of being, vibrates at the frequency you hold with greater consistency. When its frequency corresponds precisely to the frequency of money, the manifestation happens instantly. When its frequency does not correspond, the manifestation is blocked, regardless of your effort. The frequency is measured in vibrations per second, and higher frequencies vibrate faster, while lower frequencies vibrate slower. In consciousness, higher frequencies are felt as light, expansive, joyful, peaceful, loving, and safe. Lower frequencies are felt as heavy, cramped, fearful, angry, ashamed, and uncertain. These are not just emotional descriptions, they are real and measurable states. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several meters from your body, and the frequency of this field changes according to your emotional state. Scientists can measure it. When you are grateful or cheerful, your heart rate becomes consistent and your frequency is high. When you are afraid or angry, your heart rate becomes chaotic and your frequency is low. Money vibrates at a high frequency, specifically on the frequencies of abundance, prosperity, fluidity, ease, confidence, and merit. If you want to receive money consistently, your frequency should be aligned with these characteristics. Not occasionally, but consistently. This is where most people fail. They may reach a high frequency for a few minutes during morning meditation, but then spend the rest of the day at low frequency, worried about bills, resentful about work, doubting themselves, feeling unworthy. Your average frequency throughout the day is low, and that's what the quantum field responds to. The field doesn't care about your 5 minutes of meditation. It responds to your dominant frequency, the one you maintain most consistently throughout the day. Calibration is the process of adjusting your frequency to precisely match the frequency of what you wish to manifest. Think of it as tuning a musical instrument. A guitar string vibrates at a specific frequency to produce the note la. If the string is out of tune, vibrating too high or too low, it doesn't matter how well you play, the music will sound wrong. You need to calibrate the string so that it vibrates exactly at the correct frequency so that the note is pure. Similarly, you need to calibrate your consciousness so that it vibrates exactly at the correct frequency so that money manifests with ease. Almost not enough. Calibration requires precision. Most people are drastically out of tune and don't even realize it. They think they are abundant because they repeat positive statements, but their underlying frequency is scarcity. They think that they have a high vibration because they feel good occasionally, but their fundamental frequency is fear and doubt. They are like a guitar tuned on a completely wrong note, trying to play a beautiful song and wondering why it sounds so bad. The problem is not the technique, but the calibration. Until you tune your instrument correctly, the technique is irrelevant. Here's why calibration is so challenging. Your ego has invested years or decades in maintaining its current frequency. This frequency, even if it is of scarcity, seems familiar and therefore safe for your ego. Changing frequency seems threatening because it means becoming someone different, which the ego interprets as death. So when you try to raise your frequency, your ego activates the resistance, bringing up fears, doubts, old memories, concerns about survival, all designed to pull you back into your familiar frequency. This is why people may feel fine briefly, but cannot sustain a high frequency. Your ego keeps recalibrating them back to the familiar low frequency. A successful calibration requires 3 elements. First, consciousness. You need to accurately feel the frequency at which you are vibrating in the moment. Second, reference. You need to know what the desired frequency, the frequency of prosperity, feels like in order to have a reference point for calibration. Third, adjustment tools. You need specific techniques that allow you to change your frequency in real time accurately and overcome the resistance of your ego. Without these 3 elements, calibration is impossible. With the 3, you can tune your frequency to match prosperity with the precision needed for instant manifestation. This is what people who manifest money quickly master. They have developed the mastery of calibration. The 7 calibration points of richness frequency. Now, let's identify the 7 specific calibration points that determine whether you are tuned to the frequency of wealth or uncalibrated for scarcity. These are the exact elements that must be adjusted to achieve a precise correspondence of frequency with money. Think of them as the drums of a guitar. Each one affects your overall frequency, and all 7 must be calibrated correctly for perfect resonance with richness. Calibration point 1. Frequency of thought. Your usual thoughts raise or lower their frequency continuously. High-frequency thoughts include, money flows to me easily, I am financially blessed, opportunities constantly appear, I trust in abundance. Low-frequency thoughts include, I never have enough, money is so hard, nothing works for me, I'm always struggling. The thoughts of most people are predominantly low frequency, which immediately upsets them, driving them away from wealth. Calibration requires the conscious choice of high-frequency thoughts consistently until they become automatic. Every low-frequency thought is a miscalibration. Every high-frequency thought is a calibration toward wealth. Calibration point 2. Emotional baseline. Your dominant emotional state transmits its frequency powerfully. High-frequency emotions include gratitude, joy, peace, enthusiasm, love, and trust. Low-frequency emotions include fear, anxiety, anger, shame, guilt, and despair. Your emotional baseline, the state you automatically return to throughout the day, determines your frequency more than any other factor. If your baseline is anxiety about money, you are seriously out of tune. If your baseline is peaceful confidence about money, you are well calibrated. The emotional baseline of most people in relation to money is based on fear, creating a huge misalignment that completely blocks manifestation. Calibration point 3. Alignment of beliefs. Your subconscious beliefs align with or contradict wealth. Aligned beliefs, I deserve prosperity, wealth is my natural state, money loves me. Misaligned beliefs, I do not deserve good things, wealth is for other people, money always leaves me. These beliefs operate below the consciousness, but are constantly transmitted. If your beliefs are misaligned, you are out of sync at a deep level that conscious techniques cannot alter. The calibration of beliefs requires a subconscious reprogramming to install beliefs that correspond to the frequency of wealth. Calibration point 4. Resonance of identity. Your identity, who you believe you are in essence, determines your base frequency. If your identity is, I am someone who has financial difficulties, you are tuned to a low frequency. If your identity is, I am someone who naturally attracts wealth, you are tuned to a high frequency. The identity is the deepest calibration point because it defines its default frequency, around which all other calibration points float. You cannot maintain a high frequency if your identity is low frequency. Your ego will continue to pull you back to match your identity. The identity needs to be recalibrated first for the other calibrations to hold. Calibration point 5. State of the nervous system. Its physiological state drastically affects its frequency. When your nervous system is in sympathetic activation, stress response, you are at low frequency regardless of your thoughts. When your nervous system is in parasympathetic mode, rest and digestion, you can access high frequency. Most people live in chronic stress, keeping their nervous system in low-frequency survival mode. This physiological miscalibration nullifies the attempts of mental and emotional calibration. You need to regulate your nervous system daily to maintain high-frequency calibration. Without somatic regulation, mental calibration is at best temporary. Calibration. Point 6. Focus direction. What you consistently focus on determines the frequency you amplify. Focus on the lack, the problems, and what is not working. You amplify the low frequency. Focus on abundance, solutions, and what's working. You amplify the high frequency. Your attention is like a magnifying glass that focuses sunlight. Everything you focus on is energized and expanded. Most people focus predominantly on financial problems, which keeps them out of tune with the frequency of scarcity. Calibration requires disciplined management of attention, deliberately focusing on abundance, even when circumstances tempt you to focus on lack. 7th calibration point, energetic opening. It is to be energetically open to receive or closed and protected. Open energy is receptive, expansive, welcoming, high frequency. Closed energy is defensive, constricted, blocking, low frequency. Many people are energetically closed due to past hurts, disappointments, or fear of loss. This closure prevents them from reaching prosperity, because prosperity requires receptivity. You cannot receive money through a closed energy field. Calibration requires consciously opening your energy, trusting enough to become vulnerable to receiving, releasing the protective armor that is actually blocking its abundance. All 7 calibration points must be adjusted correctly for a precise frequency correspondence with the prosperity. Most people have the 7 wrong calibration points, which is why manifestation seems impossible. Some people have some points calibrated correctly, but others incorrectly, creating mixed results. Some money comes but does not remain, or opportunities appear but do not materialize. Perfect calibration means that all 7 points are tuned to the frequency of prosperity simultaneously. This is where instant manifestation becomes possible. The protocol I am about to present addresses all 7 points systematically. The Precision Calibration Protocol. Now, the exact protocol to calibrate your frequency and align it precisely to the prosperity frequency at all 7 calibration points. It is a systematic and comprehensive frequency adjustment that creates the conditions for rapid manifestation. These practices must be carried out daily with consistency, as the frequency is dynamic. You need to keep calibration active or it will return to its old uncalibrated state by means of usual patterns and ego resistance. Practice 1. Setting your morning basal frequency. The first 30 minutes of your day set your basal frequency for the whole day. Before interacting with anything external, spend 20 minutes deliberately establishing a high frequency at all calibration points. Start with a coherent breath, 4 times to inhale, 4 times to hold and 6 times to exhale. 4-5 minutes to regulate your nervous system and bring it to a high frequency. Then declare your identity of wealth. I am abundant, prosperous and naturally attracted by wealth, to calibrate the identity. Then consciously generate high-frequency emotions, gratitude, joy, enthusiasm about your financial life, to calibrate the emotions. Then, revise strengthening beliefs. I deserve wealth, money flows easily to me, abundance is my natural state, to calibrate the beliefs. Finally, visualize your day from the frequency of wealth, imagining yourself experiencing situations as your prosperous self. This morning practice sets your basal frequency for wealth, rather than letting it automatically drop to a low frequency. Practice 2. Monitor and adjust frequency in real time. Throughout the day, check your frequency every hour. Set alarms if necessary. Ask yourself, what frequency am I on now? Watch your thoughts, high or low. Observe your emotions, high or low. Observe your body, tense or relaxed. If you have dropped to a low frequency, recalibrate immediately. Take 3 deep breaths to reset your nervous system. Choose a high-frequency thought to focus on. Intentionally generate a high-frequency emotion. This real-time monitoring prevents you from spending hours uncalibrated without noticing. Each calibration check takes 60 seconds, but keeps you tuned properly throughout the day rather than dropping to a low frequency unconsciously. Practice 3. Raising the frequency through energetic practices. Certain practices raise your frequency quickly and can be used whenever you notice an imbalance. Movement, dancing, walking, stretching, raises the frequency by moving stagnant energy. Sound, humming, listening to high vibration music, raises the frequency through vibrational resonance. Nature, being outdoors, touching the earth, being near water, raises the frequency through high-frequency natural environments. Gratitude, listing the things for which you are grateful, elevates frequency through the emotion of gratitude, which is one of the highest frequencies. Keep these tools always at hand and use them whenever you notice their frequency is low. Emergency recalibration tools that work quickly. Practice 4. Recalibration of beliefs through subconscious reprogramming. Your subconscious beliefs create a constant frequency, so they need to be recalibrated deliberately. Just before bed, when your subconscious is most receptive, verbalize your beliefs about prosperity with feeling and conviction. I deserve prosperity. Money comes to me easily and naturally. I am worthy of unlimited abundance. Wealth is my birthright. Repeat these affirmations while you fall asleep, so that they are the last stimulus before your subconscious takes control for 8 hours of processing. This night programming gradually recalibrates beliefs at the subconscious level, where they have greater power over their frequency. Fifth practice, strengthening identity through consistent incorporation. Throughout your day, make all decisions from your identity of prosperity rather than your old identity of scarcity. Before any choice, ask yourself, what would my prosperous and abundant self choose here? So, choose this, even if it is uncomfortable. This constant practice of incorporation recalibrates its identity, transforming it from poor to prosperous through repeated action. Each aligned choice strengthens the frequency of the prosperity identity and weakens the frequency of the old identity. Over weeks of consistent incorporation, your identity completely recalibrates, changing its base frequency permanently to the frequency of prosperity. This is the deepest and most powerful level of recalibration. Exercise 6. Night Frequency Integration. Before you go to sleep, spend 10 minutes integrating your day's frequency calibration. Recall the moments when you kept a high frequency, recognize them and celebrate them. Remember the times when your frequency dropped to a low frequency, learn from them without judgment. Then consciously release any low frequencies you have absorbed during the day through breath and intention. Finally, define your intention to maintain calibration while you sleep. This nocturnal practice prevents the accumulated decalibration from repeating itself day after day and reinforces your progress in calibration. This 6-practice protocol, when applied daily for 30 to 90 days, creates a systematic recalibration of frequency at all 7 calibration points. Your thoughts become predominantly high frequency. Your emotions rise to a high basal level. Your beliefs align with prosperity. Your identity is transformed into abundance. Your nervous system is regulated to high frequency. Your focus is directed to abundance. Your energy opens up to receive. When all 7 points are correctly calibrated simultaneously, you achieve what I call coherent resonance with prosperity. A perfect frequency correspondence that allows instantaneous or near-instantaneous manifestation. That is what those who manifest have quickly achieved. That is what you are building through the consistent practice of protocol. Living in calibrated frequency, when the manifestation becomes instantaneous. Let's explore what life is like when you achieve and maintain accurate frequency calibration with prosperity, because understanding the end goal motivates you throughout the calibration process. When you are properly calibrated, when your frequency corresponds to the frequency of prosperity accurately at all 7 points, your manifestation experience turns from difficult and rare to easy and consistent. Money begins to flow in ways that seem miraculous, but are simply the natural result of a correct calibration. The first calibration signal is internal resonance. When you are correctly calibrated, you feel. There is a sense of alignment, of being right, of flowing. You feel genuinely abundant even before the external circumstances reflect it completely. You are at peace with money, not anxious. You trust, not desperate. You get excited about the possibilities, not afraid of problems. This inner state is not a feigned positivity, it is a genuine tuning to the frequency of prosperity. You are vibrating in the frequency of prosperity, and it seems natural, comfortable, true. When you notice this internal resonance, you know it is calibrated. When you perceive anxiety, doubt, or fear, you know that you have strayed and need recalibration. The second signal is the speed of manifestation. When you are properly calibrated, the time between intention and manifestation decreases dramatically. What used to take months happens in weeks. What took weeks happens in days. Sometimes the manifestation is almost instantaneous. You think of needing something and it appears in a matter of hours or days. This does not happen because the universe suddenly likes you more. It happens because its frequency and the frequency of prosperity are perfectly aligned, eliminating resistance and delay. The more precise your calibration, the faster it will manifest. People who manifest money instantly achieved a calibration so precise that there is practically no delay between desire and realization. The third sign is a consistent flow rather than sporadic results. Mismatched people experience ups and downs. Sometimes money comes, often not without any predictability. Calibrated people experience a steady and reliable flow. Money comes regularly, opportunities appear consistently, income is stable or increasing. This consistency comes from maintaining a constant calibration. You are not oscillating between high and low frequency. You are maintaining a constant high frequency, so the universe responds with constant abundance. The fluctuations stop because your frequency has stabilized. You have connected to the channel of wealth and remain in it. The fourth sign is effortless attraction versus forced search. When you're out of tune, you need to chase opportunities, convince people, force results. When calibrated, opportunities come to you. People look for you. Features pop up effortlessly. This is not laziness, you still act but the action flows naturally, instead of requiring strength. You are magnetic because your frequency corresponds to what you attract. Money and opportunities are attracted by the frequency of wealth. When you are calibrated to this frequency, you become naturally magnetic. The search ends. The attraction begins. The fifth sign is synchronic alignment. When calibrated, you experience constant synchronicity, the perfect timing, the right people appearing, resources popping up exactly when they're needed, opportunities lining up beautifully. Uncalibrated people rarely experience synchronicity. Calibrated people experience it daily. Why? Because synchronicity is the way the universe responds to a clear and coherent frequency. When its signal is clear and strong, the universe can orchestrate circumstances precisely. When your signal is weak or full of static due to miscalibration, the universe cannot respond clearly. Frequent synchronicities are a feedback that your calibration is excellent. The sixth sign is sustainable abundance without sabotage. Many people manifest money temporarily, but then sabotage and lose it because they were not truly calibrated, forced a temporary result, but did not maintain the frequency. When you are genuinely calibrated, the money that comes in stays because you are vibrating at the frequency that attracts and maintains wealth. Its calibration sustains abundance. There is no sabotage because all 7 calibration points sustain wealth, including its identity and beliefs. You don't unconsciously destroy what you created because your whole system is aligned to have it. Perhaps the most important thing is that you develop mastery in calibration, the ability to perceive when you deviate from the correct frequency and immediately recalibrate. You become like a virtuoso musician who can hear instantly when your instrument is minimally out of tune and adjust it immediately. You notice subtle changes in your frequency throughout the day and make micro-adjustments constantly. This mastery means that you maintain a high calibration almost continuously, which produces continuous manifestation. You are not expecting to get into the vibration, you are the vibration, constantly. Here's the truth you need to understand. The manifestation is not magical or random. The manifestation is physical. It is frequency calibration. People who instantly manifest money are not special or chosen. They are calibrated. Their frequency corresponds precisely to the frequency of wealth at all calibration points, so money flows to them naturally, easily, and consistently. You can develop exactly the same calibration. you can tune your frequency with the same precision. You can become an instant manifester through systematic calibration practice. Stop trying to manifest from an out-of-tune frequency. Stop forcing, insisting, and making desperate efforts. Instead, calibrate yourself. Use the protocol daily. Adjust all 7 calibration points systematically. Keep the frequency high consistently. Monitor and recalibrate in real time. Over the course of weeks and months, your frequency will stabilize in the vibration of prosperity. And when this happens, the manifestation will become almost effortless. The money will come quickly, easily, and consistently because you'll finally be tuned to the right frequency. You will no longer be trying to receive FM on an AM receiver. You'll be broadcasting exactly in the right channel, and prosperity will respond instantly. That's the power of precise calibration. This is how you become someone who manifests money instantly. Calibrate your frequency. Everything else will come naturally.